What is up, Evil Dead fans? Before I get started and go over the new details and bone placement, I want to give a big shout out to Josh McGrath. And good guy, Evil Dead fan. He's making Necronomicons for sale. Evil Dead 2 is kind of his thing. And look pretty good. I'm not sure where exactly to find those. Not sure if he's doing eBay or Etsy. But definitely check out his Instagram. It's Horror Counselor. And the way you spell counselor is like if you had a counselor in your skull. So definitely check him out. Good guy. Definitely a big horror fan. And follow him on Instagram. What is up, Evil Dead fans? Here is step, I think it's number 5 in making the Evil Dead 2 Kandarian dagger. Now, I'm going to do the side chicken bones, the side drumsticks. And I'm also going to do half the neck. If you are the dagger looking forward, it would be the right side, but to you, it would be the left side. And I didn't record picking all the bones out, but I'll show you. You're gonna need a lot of these, but let me show you what I've done. So it's kind of going into the future, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. All right, so you're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bones. You're gonna need a lot of those angly ones because they all kind of meet up down here. You're gonna need some of the other rib bones that don't have that little angly piece. And I know some people are saying, why are those going different directions? Well, if you look at it that way, those two before this one look like they're all going the same way. This one, the view I'm using is from here. That's the view I got for reference from the original Evil Dead 2 dagger. And there's another bone that kind of goes up this way, but I'm going to do that on a later date. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3 of those ones with those flappy ends. You're gonna have one down here. You gotta kind of tuck that in, kind of bury it. A straighter one here, and then another one with a little bit of curvature here. Just make sure they're tall enough to where they basically are like even with that right there. If it's too short, you need different ones. If they're too big, you can chop them down if you really need to. All right, as you can see, I took that sculpted stuff out of there that's cracking like this out of here, and I took my Dremel and grinded this down a little bit to make this a little more prominent. So what I'm going to do is add some milliput, fill this in to basically right here to up to here, kind of right here. I'm going to leave this spot open because there is some more stuff up here and I'm waiting to get to that. So it's just going to be from here to here. As you can see, I did fill it in with milliput. It kind of looks funky and a little bulky right now, and it may change shape just a little bit. But you gotta remember, we're gonna fill all this other stuff in as well. Okay, so I got painted up. Now, the reason why I didn't pre-paint these really, and you saw that white a minute ago, is because they're so tiny. And trying to paint those things is a pain in the ass individually. So what I did is, before I did the little side deal here, the gunk look, had them white, and then I used that other brown, light brown color, that honey brown, put that on there, and then right after that I put my paintbrush in the water and kind of watered it down, somewhat of a wash, and then kind of dabbed that off. I didn't want it too brown. And then after that, after it dried, I used that pavement color again, did the exact same thing, dabbed it off, and you get that nice darker look without it being so brown. So that's how I painted that. So remember, once you get it on there, let it dry, paint it real quick. You can be messy as shit if you want to, it doesn't matter. Get some water on your brush, get it watered down, dab it off, do the same thing again with the pavement, and there you go. And then do your gunk color after that. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach one of the side bones. Now I'm gonna attach if you're looking at it, it would be the left side. But if you're considering the front, like the head of the dagger, the front, like if you're the dagger, it would be its right side. So one thing I got to talk about is doing a few modifications. Now, if you have big, long drumsticks like this, one thing you notice, it's got a big, hunky side right here. Now, what you can do is you can take your Dremel and actually sand that down a bit, that little edge, so it actually fits a lot better. And that's what I did here, just repainted. So you can see the differences here. And this is actually more accurate than having that gigantic knob right here. So that's one thing you can do, and I do suggest to do that. It fits better, leaves more room as well, and it's more accurate. Okay, as you can see, I did put the leg on. And the nice thing is when you do have that longer drumstick, it has that nice curve into it. And it sticks out just so perfectly versus a small drumstick, which is gonna be straight and tucked back up. Now, one thing I did not say at the beginning of this video, but I need to explain to you, I did do some modifications. I did take this foot off and slightly pivoted it back. The straight is still perfect. It's fine if you want to do it straight. But let me tell you why I did pivot it back. I did replace this just because I want it to stick out, give it some more depth. And I had to drop this down just slightly because this one's just a little further down than the other one, the other foot. The reason I did that is so it matched up. Now, the reason why I pivoted the foot back. Now, if you have it straight, the side drumsticks need to go straight with the body instead of doing that nice stuck out look. If you have this foot straight, then this has to go straight down or almost straight on both sides. Now, when you do put your drumstick on, make sure you have both of them ready because you want to make sure you can put the other one on and line it up so they match. Because if you don't, then one's going to be all wonky. And if you do find out you have some kind of wonkiness with it, find out where you might have gone wrong with a placement of a certain bone. Something could be off with that. So there's a thunderstorm going on, so I do apologize for that. So that's what you want to do. Have those ready so you can line them both up so you know exactly where you're going to be. And like I said, if you do bring the foot back, kind of angle it back a bit, you can get this nice look. But if it is straight down, your drumstick has to be straight up and down, which I'm not a big fan of that look. Some people like it. I'm not a fan of it. They did do it on, if you look at Tom Sullivan's foam one that he has, that he says is from the original Evil Dead 2 dagger, you'll see that those bones are pretty well straight for the most part, with a slight angle, not as severe as this one. And you got to remember too, Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2 drumsticks are different. On Evil Dead 1, these are reversed the other way so that that part of the knuckle is sticking in versus out. Same thing on this side. Comes over and it sticks out like that. Or, you know, you got the drift. So there we go. That's all I got for now. We'll get this painted up. Of course, put this in there. A few other things. One last thing is, I talked about how this is a fake bone. Now, there is a real chicken bone you can use. Let me see if I have it readily available. Probably do. Right here. They also used on the Evil Dead 2 dagger is this one. Because I noticed it when Annie was holding it up, you saw this one right here. But there's so many different things they did. Either modification changes or X amount of daggers they actually did for Evil Dead 2. The reason why I did this one as the fake one is because they had it in the original dagger in Evil Dead 1 because that little slit that you see from the kit bone, that was there. And whether they did replace it on the original or is one of the extras that they did, because they at least, like I said, had two. Who knows? But either way, you can use the kit bone or use that bone I just showed you and I just threw somewhere. Oh, here he goes. And the reason why I didn't replace it is it's too short. So, and I'm not eating a bunch of chicken to get another bone. Because either way is correct. So that's where I'm at so far. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are following along and doing this too because it's a lot of fun. So until next time, you guys stay groovy.